Back with the market right here on 80 now. The SGX Nifty indicating an upside of about 60 odd points. So let's see whether we can build on to yesterday's rebound or not, given that we nicely, comfortably managed to chug along, at least get closer to 17,005K in trade yesterday. And of course, a bigger recovery for the broader end of the markets. But that said, while the market texture has been volatile, so has been the news around crypto. And close on the heels, we've heard that an interministerial committee recommendations have come out in cryptocurrencies, and the bill on cryptos is going to be taken up in the winter session of Parliament. And not just that, the committee has recommended that all private cryptocurrencies be banned in India and any activity connected with cryptocurrencies be criminalized through law. So let's take this discussion forward. We have with us two gentlemen, Nischal Shetty, who is the founder and CEO at WazirX, and I also have with me Sidharth Sogani, the founder and CEO at CREBACO, joining in on the show right now. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Perhaps this was the topic of discussion on all dinner tables and morning coffee tables as well this morning. But Sidharth, if I could begin the discussion with you, would you say that this is a sensible move?
Hi, good morning. I don't know. I mean, this exact statement was there in the February 2021, circular in the Lok Sabha. Then the bill wasn't tabled. But however, this time in the last 8-10 days, there have been a lot of activity in the government related to crypto, and the Lok Sabha circular, which came in yesterday, had the same paragraph taken from the Feb 2021 bill to now. So I don't see this as a clear indication of any banning or anything. I believe we are still looking at regulations, positive regulations, because we are I think reading too much between the lines and deriving I don't know. I mean, they're saying private cryptocurrencies, right? But as far as I understand, and we have proposed to the government earlier as well, that cryptos should be treated as assets, commodities, and not currencies, because private currencies are anyways banned in India. And again, Bitcoin is not private; it is decentralized, not issued by any sovereign individual or company. It is in the internet.
Nischal, if I could, take that point forward with you, what, as we understand so far, the bill proposes is that there is going to be an official digital currency which is going to be issued by the central bank, this Reserve Bank itself. But what happens to the cryptos which are already out there in circulation?
I think, I think the first most important thing is that when we think about crypto, they can be classified into various categories, and currency happens to be one of those categories, which I think as an industry also we believe that it should be under the domain of the government. But there are other categories like assets and utilities, which are absolutely needed. For example, to run a smart contract code on Ethereum, you need Ether. You can't do it without it. And we don't believe that there will be curbs on those utility use cases or the asset use cases. Having said that, I think you should see this move as a progress of the whole regulatory process for crypto in India. And I think we are all glad that India has taken a step ahead towards discussing and deliberating on what is the right way to regulate crypto. Now we have to wait and watch what the contents of the bill will be. What are the definitions, various definitions, because the description hasn't changed at all from what we last saw in Feb 2021. So it's very hard to say, what direction this would be. But I think having seen the deliberations we've had with the lawmakers in the last few weeks, and the kind of growth that this market has seen, we have over 15 to 20 million people in India today holding $4 to $5 billion worth of crypto assets. I think that's a massive market, and the global market is over $3 trillion. So we have a large market out there to capture as a nation. I don't believe that we'll be going for a complete ban. I think there will be, I would say, stoppages on the payment use cases, which as an industry we've always been okay with. But I think the whole asset and utility use cases are something that India has to participate, because it's a new technology, and if we don't do it, the rest of the world is already ahead and will not be able to catch up later. So I think we have to wait and watch before we react on going in a certain direction of a ban or something.
Good morning, Nischal. This is Nantara. Thanks for joining us. Building on that point forward, we've seen a lot of activity, right, in the last couple of days. The Prime Minister himself chaired a meeting, I remember, 2 weekends ago when it came to cryptos. We saw a parliamentary standing committee also summoning stakeholders. I believe your co-founder was also part of that meeting. And then the Reserve Bank of India's governor has written to the government against cryptos and why they shouldn't be allowed. That, for me, the last one, basically makes me feel that yes, no ban is coming. Do you think cryptos could actually be seen as an asset? They may not allow it as a currency. You may not be able to buy a Tesla or a car or a cup of coffee, etc. with it, but it could be used as an asset. And basically also maybe ban advertising or tight regulation. Could that be the school of thought?
Absolutely. In fact, I think if you even see the last few weeks of media reports, there's always been talk of a middle path. And I think that's the right way to go about it. We can all move in, two extremes, which is one is do not regulate at all, let it evolve and see what happens. The other extreme is do not let it exist at all. Now, there's a middle path which works out well, where you can curb all the bad activities around this sector, the negative use cases that we are all worried about, and the threat to the payment ecosystem in the country. And this has been done in a few countries. I think Malaysia or Indonesia, one of the country has actually prohibited the use of crypto as a payment, but they have allowed the use of crypto for trading, where you use it, you buy it as an asset, or for using it as utilities on the blockchains. So I think there is a path ahead, and the rest of the world is also trying to go in that direction, which is the middle path, which is why we don't hear of a complete ban in countries like the US, European Union, anywhere in the world, except for a few small nations. So I think India will definitely take that path. It's just a matter of time, and how we deliberate on all of these issues and how we come to a common conclusion as a nation. The good part is the industry has now been involved, and we are being invited for discussions, and I think still very early stages, but at least that process has begun, which is a very positive outcome for the crypto industry in India in general.
I thought in the description, which is maybe an old one, they have said that we cannot, we have to be supportive of innovation, right? And I would like to inform our viewers that during COVID-19, we did see state governments, for example, embrace blockchains. The state of Maharashtra, for example, gave out a contract when it came to COVID certificates. And every blockchain, just to be self-sufficient, usually needs a token. So that coming to you now, what did have the government concerned was the over-promising by the crypto stakeholders, which was seen by the government also. Are they being duped? The youth, if you look at the price action, the kind of things that are happening in the metaverse in that sense, could it be that? Whatever's happened has happened, allow it to go on, but then a tax will also have to come.
Yes. So, we are in a bull market of crypto. So every 2 or 3 years, there is upside in the entire crypto market, and currently we are going through that. So what has happened is in the last 6-8 months, all new players who are coming into this space, they are coming out with coins, meme coins, Shibas, and all these guys, right? So these are very speculative assets. However, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are very you can consider them as blue chips, or much more stable than these meme coins. So government has their own concerns. They don't want the youth to be victims of these speculative assets because they go up and down by 30-40% in a day, right? And there was even a rug pull of Squid Game, a coin. A lot of people invested in it and they lost everything in a day's time. So government has its concerns. They want to protect its populace, right? And the only way they can do it is probably regulate the local exchanges, educate the investors. But banning is not even an option because this is something which exists in the internet. Another thing is they have concerns of capital outflow. A lot of people they buy crypto here and they send it out of the country using withdrawal features on a lot of exchanges. So I mean, there are mechanisms. If the government regulates this space, they can monitor the capital outflow. But currently, they are not doing it. Hence, they are concerned, right? But if like even in last Monday, when the interactions were there with the industry, we proposed that SEBI can regulate the exchanges. RBI can be the one which monitors the inwards and outwards of crypto in India, and we can even think of setting up a new regulatory authority, which comprises of crypto experts and solutions which are needed to monitor crypto in India. But banning it India has a lot to lose if we ban. Even in the early 90s, the tech developers, they moved to Silicon Valley because the IT regulation came in really late. And I think it is a great new opportunity for India. If we ban it now, all the talent will, more than capital outflow, we should be concerned of talent outflow, right? They will all move abroad and we won't get anything.
Problems aplenty. Let's see what comes out of this. But great to have you both on the show today. Thank you so much, Nischal and Sidharth, for taking the time out.
Thank you.
Thank you.